Is going on YouTube? It's your boy Tay Will over here at Comic Connection. Today I'm discussing the top 3 African American superheroes who I think absolutely need a movie. Now don't get me wrong, Black Panther was amazing. There's a pantheon of black superheroes that need their dues. So how about you say we get into it? But before we do that, cue the intro. So starting off this list, I got Icon. I know most of you don't know who he is, because DC has highly underutilized him as a character. He's essentially the Dakotaverse's version of Superman. Alien name is Arnis, but the human name he adopted later ended up being Augustus Freeman IV. He belongs to an advanced alien race known as the Terminans. Given the fact that his DNA is mixed with both Terminan and human, gives him an incredible array of powers that are even unique to his own race. One of those unique powers is positron manipulation. Positrons are subatomic particles that he can manipulate at will. With this, he can create force fields, energy beams, fuse his punches and kicks with energy, even being able to sense when other beings that emit these subatomic particles are near. It doesn't appear there's any upper limit to this power, as his energy output is nearly limitless. In addition to that, he has superhuman speed, strength, durability, easily being able to go toe-to-toe with beings like Superman. Even stated by the Man of Steel that the hardest punch he ever felt came from Icon, even to go so far as to compare his strength to Darkseid's. The one thing that absolutely made me fall in love with this character is his backstory. So let me give y'all the rundown. On an alien planet, this man was a galactic lawyer. I'm talking about criminals representing the worst of the worst. So like what most lawyers do, when he got tired, he went on vacation. I think you can kind of guess where the story goes from here. Of course, his ship crash lands on Earth. But this is the part where it gets interesting. He landed on Earth on 1839 during the height of slavery. A slave woman named Muriel found him and raised him as her son. He was able to do this due to the fact that the ship rewrote his DNA, transforming him into an African-American baby. And from then on, he just lived out his life. He used his vast human abilities to be able to help the load of his other slaves. He even fought in the Civil War to help free them. Given that he's virtually immortal, as he aged, he stayed on the planet looking for ways to rebuild his ship, simply waiting for humanity to catch up. It's in terms of technology. So tell me this would not be a cold movie, bro. A Thurgood Marshall mixed in with Superman, I could not love it more. An intelligent black man with the power of a god. Life revolves around justice when he's not wearing the cape and when he's actually in the cape. Not to mention, this dude chin check Superman. But alright, let me move on for the sake of this video. I want to see more videos revolving around Icon, just let me know in the comment section. Moving on to this baddie, Vixen. Those of you probably don't remember, Vixen was a part of the Justice League Unlimited show back in the early 2000s. Or at least that's how I got introduced to her. Her real name is Mari McCabe. She's a famous supermodel and celebrity in the DC universe. But she grew up an orphan as her mother was killed by poachers. Her dad was shot and killed while giving her her famous totem that she wears around her neck that imbues her with her superpowers. Basically, this totem connects all living beings within the DC universe. She can control and use to give her the might of any animal that she chooses. Although the change doesn't affect her physical body, she can be as heavy as an elephant or fly through the sky like an eagle. Even grow gills like a fish to be able to breathe underwater. The powers and ability of any animal on the planet is at her fingertips. In a way, being a better Beast Boy. And man, look, I'm gonna be real with you. I am tired of seeing Catwoman on the big screen. Well, let me take that back. Zoe Kravitz's Catwoman, I can see that on the big screen all day. All I'm saying is that there are other superheroes that black women can play besides Catwoman. I feel her superhero origin would be perfect for a movie. And just picture her teamed up beside Wonder Woman. Think about all the incredible people that could play her. Like my wife, Yara Shahidi, or my other wife, Lovey Simone. Possibilities are absolutely endless. This movie would do incredible as a standalone, and I think it's an underutilized and refreshing character that DC needs. But moving on to another slept-on character, which is the Blue Marvel from Marvel Comics. Damn, try saying that 3 times fast. But Blue Marvel's character has hands down one of the best storylines in Marvel comic books. And in terms of the actual storyline of Marvel itself, or the timeline if you will, Blue Marvel is technically the very first superhero. I don't mean the first superhero published because that was the Fantastic Four. I mean within that actual story and continuity in the universe of Marvel, Blue Marvel was the first superhero to show up to fight crime. Basically, you have this guy called Adam Bashir, and I'm hoping I'm pronouncing his name right because I've only ever read it. But he was a scientist around the 60s, and he was a scientist that specialized in antimatter. He was working on tapping into the antimatter universe. The accident occurred which gave him superpowers. This accident gave him vast superhuman abilities such as superhuman speed, flight, durability, and laser projection. But it's a little bit far deeper than that. He's actually powered by the antimatter universe itself. How they explained it is that the antimatter universe sits right outside our own, side by side if you will. If antimatter comes in contact with positive matter, it's supposed to create a destructive force. And the energy you see him using is antimatter at its purest form, which in turn has devastating effects on positive matter, which our universe is made up of. And this guy is powered by an entire universe of antimatter. Think of him as being powered by the Infinity Gauntlet without all the reality warping abilities. But if he were to transport you to the antimatter universe, he would have those same abilities because he can control antimatter on a subatomic level, and everything in that universe is made up of antimatter. I know his powers get kind of complicated, but after he assumed his powers, he began fighting crime in the United States. As I mentioned, this is the 60s, at the heart of the racial tensions between black and white Americans. And once the president of the United States figured out that he was a black man underneath that mask, he feared that he would side with African Americans in being able to topple and overthrow the government. Because in reality, if he decided to do that, there would be nothing that they'd be able to do. He explained that yes, he's for his people, but he wants to just genuinely protect humanity. And look, this movie pretty much writes itself. Love to see the interaction between him and Captain America. Because Captain America is more so of a superhero that got given his superpowers by the government and was thrown into the limelight to be the poster boy of superheroes. And seeing a superhero that got shunned by the United States government just for the color of their skin would make for an incredible dynamic between those two superheroes on screen. Hey, look, man, y'all gotta get up out of here. But look, if you've been watching this long, I really appreciate you rocking with me. But let me know what you think in the comment section. What African American superhero do you want to see on the screen? But don't forget to like the video and hit that bell up top so you can be notified about the latest and greatest content I got going on my channel. Until next time, my Saiyans and Kryptonians, peace.